What up, YouTube? This is gonna be episode 4, episode 5 of our. I don't know. I guess once again, I guess this is a podcast. I don't know. We're gonna continue to grind in the journey of that is YouTube, but but
Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
we'll get there when we get there. But anyway, so as you know, I pretty much went to sleep yesterday. Our last thoughts of the night obviously was the death of DMX. And,
Rest in peace.
The first thing that came to a lot of people's mind, honestly, is how often celebrities pass away around the same time. It's kind of abnormal.
Yeah, it's normally doing February, end of March, early April, end of May, early June, July, sometimes August, and December, mostly.
You mean all? Did you just name all the damn months?
No, I didn't name November. I didn't name September.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it's just strange. Like if you just look at this year alone, look at here. That's when we talk about just black people. This article here I found, and they pointed out how, all right, we lost DMX. Then we lost Midwin Charles. I honestly don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is either.
To be honest. But this is supposed to be notable black people who died. The congressman, a couple civil rights activists. And I knew this dude. This is the guy from Oz. Remember him? He also played in a few other parts in some movies too. You remember him?
Mm-mm.
I don't know how you don't remember him.
Did he have dreads?
No. I don't think he had dreads. No, yes he did. I think he did.
Okay. I think he had dreads. I know the dude in the wheelchair had dreads.
NBA legend Elgin Baylor. Yaphet Kotto. Now let me say this. Yaphet Kotto, I remember him as a kid. I didn't know his name, obviously. But I remember him as a kid, and he played in those. I don't think he didn't play in the movie, but he reminded me of the guy from, what's the name of that TV show? The Bottoms.
In the Heat of the Night?
Yeah, he reminded me of the guy from the In the Heat of
Mitchell.
Yeah, he reminded me of that guy. But he always, every time I saw him, he reminded me of that guy from that movie. But he played in a TV show called Homicide: Life on the Street in the 1990s, as well as the movie roles including James Bond villain Live and Let Die, which is filmed in predominantly black settings. There was a black version of James Bond.
Never knew that.
When he played the villain.
Of course he played as a villain.
So James Bond was in the movie, and he was the villain of the movie, and it was a black setting. So the white guy came in as a protagonist in a black setting.
He probably was a drug king, and he's the white savior that came in.
We're not gonna make a sound. I ain't see the movie, so I'm not gonna say nothing. You got Reggie Warren, singer.
I don't know who she is.
Now, obviously, the marvelous Marvin Hagler. Marvelous. Yeah. I don't know this guy. Some people I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Obviously, the big one this year for me, obviously, was also Cicely Tyson passing away. Oh, that's the guy from Fat Boys. Remember him?
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the guy. His story was so strange. Vincent Jackson. He was found dead in his room, and they said he had been there for almost a week. And it's like, wait, the cleaning lady said that she thought he was just asleep. How is that even possible? For somebody to be dead in the room for a week and nobody.
He sleep for a week.
I don't know if she said she thought he was asleep the whole time. It's just, I guess, she only come a certain time of day or a certain amount of time. She figured when she got there he was asleep. You got Leon Spinks, who was lost. Then Cicely Tyson, she died at 96. Hank Aaron. At least he made it to 96.
Yeah.
And at least he made it to 86, Hank Aaron.
A lot of people don't make it to that age no more.
I mean, most of them don't make it to 50 is usually just the great one. If you can reach 50, you're doing real good.
Well, DMX made it to 50.
Yeah. Yeah, and you remember in the podcast he said if he had this, the last thing he would think if he passed away was he lived a good life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Still, even though he got to escape this hellhole,
shithole,
we still in this damn dungeon of a damn country, the Dolums. This pandemic still going on.
It ain't going nowhere.
At what point you think they have to open it up at some point, right?
Well, they're being smarter now. Like here in the state of Washington, it's no longer up to Governor Easley to decide whether or not you open or close. He gave it to each county to decide that, to take that pressure off of him.
Well, didn't Trump do that and get attacked for that?
Yep. Because you know what, the people were going to his house, threatening him, saying open up, because you know he out there in Spokane. That's where the white people are. That's where the white people are. They not fucking around. That's the conservatives area. So he relinquished that power and said, you know what, fuck it. I ain't deciding whether we open up no more or not. I'm putting it on the fucking counties. You got a problem, go to the head of your counties and fight them to have shit open back up, because we're probably going to be going back to phase 2 because of the UK spike, that virus. So starting next Monday, I think we're going to be back at phase 2, 25%.
The media has done a great job at making people think there's been only 2 states open. By the way, this whole time, if you listen to the news, you would think that there was only 2 states open: Florida, Cali, and obviously Georgia, because Atlanta don't care. But Florida, Cali, and Georgia, you think those are the only states that were open. Most states are open at 90%.
Well, we know Florida, Alabama, and Texas. I think Alabama been open. They just came out and said
they just acknowledged
we're open. Them fucking southern states been open. They ain't never
closed.
They ain't never closed. Let me tell you, them old white men out there say, well, I'm not putting on no fucking mask. They're not fucking silencing me, taking away my right.
Yeah, they call it a mask or muzzle.
They took those fucking masks and burnt them.
Well, I tell you what, with all the stuff that happened last year with activism and how much a certain segment was against it, they certainly turned into activists this year.
Yeah.
Those, I guess you call them Trump supporters, those conservatives, they turn into activists. They are vehemently against the mask. They're against the shutdown.
I have no problem with the voting thing where you have to go and show your ID to vote. I don't understand what is the problem with that.
That's kind of random pickup, wasn't it?
No, we're talking about activism, and I'm just saying how they're fighting the white people in the southern states. They're trying to make it so that this shit don't have to get in with the whole Biden thing. They want it to be where you have to, when you get ready to vote, you got to show your ID. I don't see what the problem is with that.
Well, yeah, they try to compare it to Jim Crow.
It's not comparable.
It's not really comparable.
Do you feel that you have a problem with showing your ID when you get ready to vote?
No, I thought you already did that.
What? No, not in all areas. You have to show your ID when you vote.
I think they were trying to make it where you have to show your ID in order to do what do they call it? Ballot. No, what do they call it? Sending your. What do they call it? I don't forgot the name of it.
Sending in your ballot to vote, or voter registration, or what?
I forgot it. What was the whole thing that they went back and forth with for months? Mail-in voting.
Mail-in ballot?
Yeah, mail-in voting. I think now you have to show your show proof of identity in that now.
What is the problem with that?
I don't think there's a problem with it at all.
Okay.
But I found it weird that Biden them immediately compared it to Jim Crow and.
That's funny because they call him Jim Crow Joe.
Speaking of activists, though, man, I feel like a lot of these activists, obviously, most people know about, what's her name? What is her name? The Cadillac.
Oh, Tamika Mallory.
Yeah, Tamika Mallory. She cashed out Cadillac. She cashed out pretty quick.
He just stole the black man's mojo.
No, she stole all the mojo from everybody. Every dead body helped her get that commercial. But now you got Miss Patrisse Khan-Cullors. Lands Topanga Canyon compound.
Did they just add that con on there? Because before it was just Patrisse Cullors.
I remember publicly the only way they talked about her was Patrisse Cullors. That was her name.
Is this the Mandela effect?
I didn't know that she was married until literally this article. Well, I knew she was married, but I didn't know she was. I didn't know her name was Patrisse Cullors.
And they didn't show her wife either. They're now showing her wife now.
Yeah. It's a secluded mini compound tucked into LA's rustic and semi-remote Topanga Canyon, was recently sold for a tad more than $1.4 million to a corporate entity that public records show is controlled by Patrisse Cullors, 37-year-old social justice visionary and co-founder of the galvanizing and for some controversial Black Lives Matter. UCLA and USC graduate married about 5 years ago to social activist and amateur boxer Janaya Khan, a co-founder of Black Lives Matter Toronto. Created the Black Lives Matter hashtag in 2013 in response to George Zimmerman's acquittal in the 2012 shooting of Trayvon Martin. Since then, the largely decentralized movement has been at an influential forefront on issues of police brutality and racial motivated violence against Black people, particularly in the wake of George Floyd's killing last summer that sparked massive protests across the United States and around the globe. Khan-Cullors published When They Call You a Terrorist, a Black Lives Matter memoir in 2018. Listen, so what happened is they started, let's be honest, I already did a video on Black Lives Matter and who really funded them and backed them. They all trained in what they do. We'll just say it like that. But so they created Black Lives Matter, and her now wife, Janaya Khan, created Black Lives Matter Toronto. And then now they're married. So they found love through activism.
Chaos.
But yeah, obviously the big thing from this is how the hell, okay, you're an actor. When did activists become millionaires?
They're not supposed to.
Most activists, a real activist, they, I ain't saying you got to die broke or homeless. I'm not saying you can't die.
All money you make is supposed to be given back to the community that you are being an activist for.
All I'm saying is, if you were a true activist, you're probably not buying a compound for $1.4
You don't need no $1.4 million house for what?
It's not. It's not just a house; it's a compound.
I mean, a compound,
which means land is involved. Which I guess that's not. Is it a bad thing for an activist to have money?
It's not a bad thing, but I don't think you should be making or paying $1.4 million for a compound. And where all the money go? They still have not responded about all that money they made. Where is the money?
I don't know. I think that story gonna quiet down. 'Cause I think Black Lives Matter. Like I said, I think they're cashing out at this point. I think they're cashing out. By the way, this is the wife of Cullors. This is her right here.
From Toronto, Canada.
Chances are, let's be honest. Who you think? Biracial or Arab?
It's hard to say. It's a lot of Arabs in Canada. You'd be surprised how many Arabs are in Canada.
Happy between genders. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I should laugh at that or is that real. But anyway, somebody saying that she looked like I don't know. But anyway,
did she get wait a minute.
Oh.
Did she get breast surgery like that? We just watched somebody today that had breast surgery.
The NBA player.
The NBA player.
I forgot her name. Yeah.
Larissa
something.
Yeah, Larissa something.
WNBA player. She wouldn't have got this. Yeah, I'm guessing. Jesus Christ, man. This reminds me a lot of
cutting off titties. It's just ridiculous.
This reminds me a lot of Lena Wraith. When Lena Wraith went on that talk show and she was getting interviewed, and she was talking about the plight of black men.
And she referenced herself as
we. She said we as black men, we. And it's like, wait.
You like, deep into this shit.
You really into this. Like you completely took the image, baby. Like, come on. You can't just take the title like that. Damn.
She want the whole energy.
But yeah, this reminds me a lot of that situation. Why she got the dollar? And that's what she stripped naked for $1? Nah, I'm gonna take that back. But speaking of more activists, Amanda Gorman says she has declined around $17 million in deals since the inauguration.
Oh, that's the black poet.
Yeah, the poet that was at the inauguration. Amanda Gorman, the 23-year-old American poet who drew widespread acclaim for her reading at Joe Biden's presidential inauguration, has revealed she has turned down millions in endorsements because the companies do not speak to her. Maybe they ain't offer enough. The poet signed with IMG models days after being in whole profile. Wait, listen to this.
She holding out for the big one.
Yeah, listen to this. The poet signed with IMG models days after her high-profile Watson appearance and told Vogue that she has since said no to around $17 million worth in deals. So well, damn, hold on.
They signing everybody at IMG models are signing everybody at there because they signed Kamala's stepdaughter.
Okay.
Her stepdaughter.
Are we sure that's a daughter?
That's her stepdaughter.
No, are we sure that's a daughter?
Yeah. It's a mine, baby.
It's a mine. but look at here. Like I'm saying, like after that day, she immediately signed with the company agency.
Hey, if you was at that inauguration, IMG model agency was giving them out left and right.
She's honored to be the first poet ever on the cover of Vogue magazine, and what a joy to do so wearing a black designer, Virgil. Oh, I only got 2 Virgils when he donated $50. This is called The Rise of Amanda Gorman. But it's truly for all of you, both named and unseen, who lifted me up.
Was that dude Virgil? Was he? What was he? Was he Nigerian?
I don't think he's Nigerian. I think he's some type. I don't know. I'm not going to assume.
Okay.
I'm not going to assume. But speaking about one offer from an unnamed brand, she said, I really didn't look at the details because if you see something that says $1 million, you're going to rationalize why that makes sense. She added that she had to be conscious of taking commissions that speak to me. Gorman and Vogue US made cover star, writing about the cover on Twitter. Gorman says she was honored to be the first ever poet. So you think she just waiting to sell out, or is this her place in the whole? This is, as Shakespeare said, the world is a play and we're just actors in it.
She's definitely an actor.
So is her role in this whole play to be the fake real one who didn't sell out,
the fake wokety woke? So
how long she go to before she signs some deal like a book company or
shit by the end of the year?
Well, she's a poet, so I mean, she's all about artistry and stuff. So she shouldn't really need money, should she?
Hey, she said everybody need money.
No, not them. According to them, they shouldn't need money. But I give her a couple years before something come out about her too. Yeah.
Shit, I give it the end of this year.
But
time speeding up. You got to move fast.
Yeah, it is definitely speeding up. Speaking of more activism, yes, we're bringing up.
We ain't never gonna let this shit go.
The anti-Asian attacks. NYC police official, mental illness a factor in recent anti-Asian attacks. The new head of New York City Police Department Task Force on Asian Hate Crime said Friday that mental illness is a common factor among suspects arrested in the recent high-profile attacks on Asians in the city. In the attack, which before also captured on video, a young Asian man was beaten and choked to unconsciousness on a New York subway. Hold on, that's fake news. That's fake news. The dude was an Asian.
What was he?
He was Latino, and he called the black dude a nigga. Unless it's a big different story.
What's the difference?
It was a black dude on a train, and the Latino dude they got in an argument. They were having a disagreement. He called him nigga. He beat he beat him. Then he choked him out to sleep.
I still didn't see that video.
I showed it to you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. He beat him. Like, he beat him badly and then choked him out. And then they said, oh, it's another anti-Asian hate attack. And they're like, no, this dude is Latino. First of all, the dude is Latino, and he called him nigga. And you have so many Asians, whites, and blacks saying, hey, just because he called him nigga don't mean he deserved to get beat in such a way. No.
Shit.
Look, free speech. Say what you want to say. But there are consequences for certain words.
Maybe they're trying to tell us something. What's the difference between Latino and Asian?
Yeah, they definitely want to talk about that. In an interview with the Associated Press, NG said the Asian American community has had a tendency to not report these kinds of crimes. He said he believed that raising awareness of the assaults would help bring people forward. Has it? I mean, he also said the language barrier is always a problem in reporting crimes, and that is why his team is multilingual detectives. Okay, the New York attacks are part of the national spike in anti-Asian hate crimes across the United States, which has drawn widespread attention and condemnation from celebrities to U.S. President Joe Biden. The surge in violence has been linked to misplaced blame on Asians for the COVID-19 pandemic. I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true either.
Hold on, let me reverse that. That is somewhat true, but I don't think no one is beating. Let me stop. Niggas ain't beating them because of no COVID pandemic.
I have not. Listen, I take public transportation from time to time.
Every day.
And let me tell you, I've never heard anybody on the bus talking about saying Asian people you gave us the fucking COVID. I've never seen it.
I've seen white people.
I haven't even seen white people do it up here. This is a highly populated Asian city, Seattle. I've never seen it.
I've seen a lot of white people be like,
which is crazy. Why hasn't there been an anti-Asian spike here in Seattle when there's a whole bunch of Asian people here?
Yeah,
there's not been a spike
here. I guess
here.
they'll say Seattle is. New York is liberal.
New York is very liberal. So is Seattle very liberal. So why has there not been a spike here in Seattle?
Because there's not a black population up here.
There is a black pop. There's a lot of there's definitely more black men than women up here in Seattle.
But are there a lot of black people in Seattle?
There's noticeably black people here in Seattle. It's not like
I'm talking the population.
No, the population is small in the state of Washington. Yeah. But there's a high population of black people here in Seattle.
I don't know if
in the state of Washington in general, the population of black people is very small. But in this particular city, which most black people live in, is cities.
So
there's black people here.
What percentage of Seattle would you say is black? I'm saying no more than 3%.
I say about 8%.
That's still a small number. 8%.
8%. It's a small. Compared to white people, Asians would still be a small percentage.
Asians in Seattle are probably like 30% of the population.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Go ahead, because I'm sure
black population.
Come on.
Black population.
I'm pretty sure the population for
Seattle,
black people in Seattle, is no more than like 5%, 3%. What does it say? Come on, man.
7%.
7%. See?
Yeah, you're right. You did on it. Did you say 7%?
I said 5.
Okay,
but it's close.
What did I say?
You said 8%.
Okay, that's Asian. Sorry. Damn, Lord. It's 0.4%.
What?
It's not even a percent. Oh, it's 0.4%. It's not even a percent.
Oh, Asians?
Black people. It's 7% Asian
in the state. In the state.
No, this is just Seattle.
So wait, black people represent 0.4% of Seattle.
Yeah, and Asians represent 7.0%.
See, the excuse would be niggas ain't touching Asians like that because they outnumbered.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, black is 7%. Asian is 14.1%. Native American.
Damn, you gotta read these numbers right, man. Come on now. So black people are 7%.
Yep.
Asians are 14.
Asians are 14. So Asians are double the amount of black people.
So black people not attacking them because they outnumbered?
No. That is not the reason why.
Let's get back into this. The NYPD said that it has increased patrols in Asian neighborhoods, including using undercover officers to prevent and disrupt attacks. Now, where is this happening when niggas get jumped on and all this type of stuff happening?
Well,
do they add more cops to the neighborhood and have to go undercover to stop hate crimes?
Well, the black community is already heavily patrolled, so they don't really need to increase patrols in the black community.
But listen to this.
Niggas be like, no, we don't need no more patrol. We good.
But look at this. But Asian American Federation Deputy Director Joe Hahn told the Associated Press, many people in Asian communities do not trust law enforcement.
Many people in the this is blackface.
So now Asian people don't trust law enforcement either? So
That's
nobody trusts cops.
Well, we know why. I would think they wouldn't trust health departments to be. I would think they would have far more troubles trusting health departments than law enforcement. We know why they don't want health departments up in their fucking businesses.
Oh shit!
But law enforcement, I don't think they have a problem with law enforcement. But health departments, yes.
She is spearheading an effort to train a team of volunteer safety ambassadors to de-escalate racially charged incidents while they are happening. New York City has seen 35 hate crimes with Asian victims so far this year, compared with 11 such attacks by the same time last year, according to Wire News reports.
Now it said how many hate crimes?
35. Apparently, 35 hate crimes has happened to Asian people this year. So they're saying that these attacks have been coming from mentally ill people. And I saw Tariq tweeted this, and he's saying that Tariq Nasheed is saying that the attackers are being, I guess you could say, manipulated into attacking people randomly. You think that's possibly true?
He said what now?
Tariq Nasheed said that he believes that these mentally ill people are being manipulated into attacking these Asian people.
Could be.
I don't know.
Or they could be actors hired to
that's more like
fake. They both actors. The Asian is actor and the black person is the actor.
The big black dude who attacked the older Asian woman outside of the store. You know the guy that works in the store was fired because he didn't go out and help her.
What?
Yeah, remember the video, the infamous video of the black dude walking up to the older Asian woman just kicking her outside the store on camera?
Yeah.
The black dude who worked inside the store who didn't run out and help her, he was fired. He lost
How many
his job.
times have we seen black people get attacked and they just stand there and record?
Hey, I guess he didn't. They fired him. It's like, damn, brother lost his job. But I don't know if I can say that these mentally ill people are being manipulated into attacking
I don't
people.
think any of them are mentally ill. I think they're all crisis actors.
Well, we already saw one of the guy who clearly had already ran into a situation with Andrew Yang. And part of this can be proven because if y'all remember a few years ago, there was this game going around in New York called the Knockout Game. It wasn't just New York; it was in L.A. There's a couple of places across the country. And there was a thing called the Knockout Game. And they said, the media at least, that there were these black kids, not all black, but the face of it was black. The black youth was running around knocking out old people. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And now, here, this was 2013, they actually had an article proving that it was actually a myth.
Damn.
The alleged trend was actually a myth. So there was not no situation where these kids actually had a game going around knocking people out. So they definitely use situations to demonize black
who
youth.
didn't make the face of the knockout game?
The young black male. They did the same thing they're doing with the Asian people right now. They have videos leaking, videos coming out, shall I say, of young black dudes running up to older people and knocking them out.
Now you have to ask the question, why do they try to paint black people in the most negative light as possible? You're always the face of anything negative. They paint you as just a horrible being.
Speaking of being painted in a negative light, we got the brother, Deshaun Watson. He's looking, man, oh man, Deshaun Watson. So I did a video on Deshaun Watson, and
Tuesday's press conference.
Yeah, it started out with a handful of women accusing him of sexual. They didn't accuse him of rape. They're accusing him of sexual harassment. I don't want to say they accuse him of sexual assault. Now it's up to 22 women have accused him. Now this is why this story makes no sense. This is what they say happened. Deshaun Watson, a superstar NFL player, in the last year, since the pandemic, should I say, has been contacting women for massage therapy through Instagram. So he'll meet these
Which
women,
is a whole service.
and none of the women, most of the women I've seen, most of the women are not massage therapists. They're just regular Instagram models. So he's hiring these women to come give him
escorts.
Pretty much. He's hiring these women to come give him a massage. He fly them out. He even tells them what he wants them to wear, and they comply. Think about this for a second.
Wait a minute. Hold on. See, I didn't know that part of the story. He's telling these women what he wants them to wear.
One woman said that they released text messages, and he asked her, he told her what he wanted her to wear, and she took a picture of herself in the clothes. It was a very short, she was a very curvy woman, very short shorts, and a shirt that came above her, right at her breast, right below her breast. The shirt stopped, like a bra, basically, a sports bra. And she said, how about this? And he said, yeah, that's good. Like, hold on. He told you what he wanted you to wear. He told you he liked you for you to massage his buttocks, which means he has to be naked. And then he flew you out, and you know you ain't no damn massage therapist. Like, come on, man. We know what this was.
This is, this needs to be, we are living in an age of, the women are mentally ill. The women are mentally ill. You agree to go massage this man's body, knowing that at the end you was going to give him a happy ending. You know that's what it was.
They're going to act like they didn't, though. That's what they'll act like. They act like they didn't know what was going on.
The judge needed to dismiss this shit.
But along with the dismission, which you brought up, Deshaun Watson's attorney wins court battle to reveal identity of accuser. Now, this is a big deal for him because now that the women have to give up their identity, a lot of the women are obviously going to drop the case immediately. But they don't want to be in the media for suing a dude for saying that he sexually harassed them.
What is sexual harassment?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the lines are so blurry. What is sexual harassment?
The accusations I've seen is a woman saying that she came over with her. She set up the room with her mother. Her mother left the room. He came in the room, got naked. She felt uncomfortable, but kept going. Gave him a massage. He turns over. So I'm immediately thinking, okay, what are you massaging if he's laying on his back? His thigh?
You know what she massaging.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's massaging his frontal thigh, his thigh.
Mm-hmm.
His frontal.
And she sees something laying there.
So then she said he kept taking her head and pulling it towards his crotch. And then she said she ended up giving him oral sex. And it's like, wait, that's not sexual harassment. That's rape.
He didn't have to do much to.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have to do much. She said she had a fiance.
That's not rape.
No, that is rape because that's force. That's coercing. That's considered rape. But the thing is, she's not calling it rape.
She didn't. So if he took her head and put it towards her crotch, and she's like, no, I don't want to do that, and got up and left.
She said, no, you can't use that because they all say, oh, I was scared. He's famous.
She's scared of what? What is he going to do to her?
I guess he's going to stop her from working with other athletes or working with other people. Just, I don't know what he could do. I'm beyond. I don't know. They assume, they say he could do something to them. But in a decision
that's bullshit.
In a decision expected to impact nearly all 22 of the civil lawsuit cases against Deshaun Watson, a judge ruled that the Houston Texans quarterback has legal right to know the name of one of the Jane Doe plaintiffs who is accusing him of a sexual assault. So they accuse him of sexual assault. Matter of fact, let's look at the definition of sexual assault just to get an understanding. All right. Sexual assault is any type of sexual contact or behavior that occurs without the consent of the recipient. Sexual assault occurs when a person is forced, coerced, or manipulated into any unwanted. That's rape, ain't it? Why did they create it? Okay, when you
I feel like they've changed the definition of what sexual assault is.
Listen, I guess when you say rape, it's like harsh. It's like somebody jumped out the bushes and covered your mouth and raped you. While sexual assault is more influence type thing. Oh, he's more famous than me. He's my boss. I'm in a room with him and I feel threatened, but I don't want to anger him, so I go along with it. I'm gonna say this. Sexual assault seems like it's the name of a woman who willingly, unwillingly has sex with a man, if that makes sense.
It goes back to the thing that, I hate to say this, but they make it seem as a woman, she doesn't know how to say no, pretty much.
Once again, they're saying they were coerced or forced in some way, as in.
So they're saying a woman is easily manipulated into doing something.
What they're saying is, if a guy says, if you don't do this, I'm going to fire you. If you don't do this, I'm not going to pay you this. If you don't do this, I'm going to do this. And they feel like they have to do it, the pressure to do it. So these women are saying because they were hired to give him a massage, and I guess they feel like if they didn't do what he wanted them to do, he would influence their ability to continue on their career path. Like he would write a bad name. I don't understand though.
You're on Instagram. You're not even working with no fucking company. So how is he gonna?
Well, I'm pretty sure some of them were that was their actual career path. But I guess what can he possibly say to hurt you? Is he gonna go to people and say, "Don't hire her, man. She bad at what she do"?
If she gave me a terrible massage,
a bad review. Like, I don't know what they're saying he coerced him with. How did he force you? U.S. District Court Judge Deidre Davis ruled in favor of Watson's attorney, Rusty Hardin, during an emergency hearing Friday, requesting that Jane Doe plaintiff must refile her civil suit against the quarterback using her legal name, effectively agreeing with Hardin's argument that the women do not meet the requirements for anonymity under laws guiding civil litigation in Texas. Yeah, because this is not criminal. This is civil. It's for money. Now, if it was criminal, they would not have to show their identity.
So they're not even trying to get them locked up. They're trying to get money.
They want money.
So this is fake.
Now, he admitted that when, like I said, when I got a video on it, he admitted that when he first was brought up to this, they wanted 6 figures. They said, if you give me 6 figures, I'll make this go away. I get that was the dude, their lawyer, Tony Busby. He said no. So now that the number went up to 22, and it's like, this is a civil case. This is not a criminal case. The cops said they still haven't been reached out to, by the way. The judge's ruling was reached in spite of protests from the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, who argued that exposing the names of the women will open them up to death threats and harassment that another accuser, Ashley Solis, we're going to look her up after this, has encountered since revealing her name earlier this week. In a news conference, Busby represented Solis and other 21 women who have brought civil suits against Watson. Once again, why are they going for civil suits?
Not criminal.
Okay, the 2 alleged victims publicly attached their names to Deshaun Watson suits. Let's see these women. Is it gonna load? Come on, man.
Damn ads everywhere.
Yeah. So those are 2 women right there.
Yeah.
These are the 2 women. One.
The Houston Texans quarterback has denied. He's facing an investigation by the Houston Police Department. He's facing an investigation by the National Football League. And now he and his attorney, Rusty Hardin, can no longer hide behind the anonymity of his accusers as Ashley Solis.
So these are the 2 women, I guess. Come on, man. All right.
I don't even know.
So those are the women that's put their name on it. While the ruling comes in one of 22 Jane Doe plaintiffs, Hardin's legal argument will now be applied to the Watson defense team, all the other women who have filed suits under the Jane Doe pseudonym while alleging that Watson assaulted them in Texas. Now, one of the women, another text message that came out, one of the women said that one of the women that is not in the case, she's not suing him, but she had interaction with him, said that she tried to tell him to chill out because his name getting out there. I don't know if she's in defense of him, like, you're having sex with all these women and your name start getting out there, you got a girl, you better chill out. Or she's saying he's playing a gray line with these women, it's borderline rape, he better chill out, it's getting out there. Is she defending him for being a rapist or defending him for having a girl and you might get caught cheating?
I think she's defending him in the first one you mentioned where
you cheating on your girl.
You got a girl, you out here messing with all these women, you're going to get caught up. One of them they're going to catch you up and going to say that you've been raping them, and eventually they're going to get you.
One of the accusers said the reason why she filed for the civil case against him because she wanted to expose it because she was afraid that he asked for a trade and she's afraid that he's going to go to another city and do the same thing to those women. And he's like, wait, what? He could do the same thing to those women now in Texas. He could have flew them out. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of crazy. Oh man, it will give Hardin attraction to compel most of the 22 alleged victims to refile their lawsuits under their legal names. The precedent would now apply to at least 2 women who accused Watson of assaulting them separately in Georgia and California. See, as it stands, only 2 of Watson's accusers have revealed their names publicly: Solis and Lauren Baxley. The other significance in Friday's ruling for Watson is that a revelation of names could impact the motivation of plaintiffs to continue seeking a legal remedy for their claims. While Watson currently faces 22 suits, some of the women making the claims could pursue a private settlement or decline to refile altogether if they do not want their identities open to public scrutiny.
I will say
argument
this.
for extending anonymity to the women appealed to lean into this reality. And although he didn't specify the nature of the source of the multiple death threats allegedly made against Solis, since she made a public statement earlier this week, the woman's professional Instagram page has drawn hundreds of critical comments and accusations related to her accusations against Watson.
I will say this. The brother got a lust spirit on him.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely got
You know, that's a problem. I think the Most High is telling you, hey, chill out. Somebody already tried to warn you that you need to chill out. the Most High said, "Be fruitful and multiply." But this brother taking it to a whole nother level.
Honestly, I think this has to do more with the Houston. If you didn't know, every professional team keeps track of its best players. I don't care who you is. Black, white. If you're the most popular player on the team, they keep track of everything you do, all your hobbies, all the things you do when nobody's paying attention.
Well, we know what his hobby is. Getting his ass massaged and getting a wink from somebody.
Yeah, so they already knew this stuff about Watson. And when he asked for that trade and you gotta understand, the NFL, unlike the MLB and the NBA, is a owner's league. The owners overwhelmingly control things. Players, they can't dictate anything. It was ridiculous that what's his name? The player from the Raiders, the wide receiver that played for, he don't play for the Raiders, I'm sorry. The guy who played for the Buccaneers, he played for the Steelers. I can't remember his name right now. He was able to force his way off the Steelers to the Raiders, then get his way out of the Raiders, and then he ended up with the Patriots, and then obviously, no more white women 2019. He ended up saying that. But these guys, these owners keep track of these players. And they knew what Deshaun Watson was doing. They kept track of all his ins and outs of his home and who he was interacting with on social media. And when he asked for that trade, I believe they said, all right, well, we're going to expose it. Because I don't think nothing's going to come of this. I think this was meant to destroy his image because he's known as one of those, Christian, I believe in God, benevolent type of personalities, very nice. He had a clean-cut personality, clean-cut image. And they said, all right, you want to leave our team? We're going to dirty it up a little bit. Wherever you go, they're not going to look at you the same when you get there. So, I think that's more like what's going to happen. I think probably half of these women going to settle out because they don't want their name out there. So they'll drop it down to about 11, 10. I say another handful of those probably go public and quickly settle. They'll have their name out there, but they'll settle at some point. Only like 3 or 4 of these women are actually going to go all the way through with it and try to get something. And they might end up losing.
Listen, I ain't settling shit.
Yeah, so, man, being accused of sexual assault, that'll hurt your image.
And even if you're cleared and you're found not guilty of all these things, you still have that negative stigma on you that somebody accused you of sexual assault.
Forever.
Now look at this.
Yeah. Speaking of sexual assault, or I don't even know if she ever brought up sexual assault in her entire thing. She kind of insinuated it heavily.
She doing this for attention.
Bhad Bhabie came out. Well, actually, she's in the news recently because she was able to make $1 million. Yes, 1 million.
All y'all pervs.
In one day on OnlyFans. She got on OnlyFans, and within one day, she made $1 million. Like, that's...
Kylie Jenner said, if only this was around when I turned 18.
Let me show you this right here. This girl right here sounds jealous. Bhad Bhabie making $1 million off OnlyFans in 6 hours confirms 2 things I already know. Y'all are nasty and like kids. Ugly white women really got this life shit on lock. Now, this is the same girl who tweeted yesterday how she muting DMX because she tired of hearing about him. And she ended up deleting the tweet of people going in on her ass. But yeah.
Who, D?
Yeah, this girl right here. Then somebody told her they mad because she made a lot of money. That's 100% what it is. I mean,
they're upset.
A lot of because he's saying women will defend OnlyFans girls.
That's a Nigerian.
Yeah, these women will defend a woman getting on OnlyFans, but when she's 18, this is grown in every country on the planet. All of a sudden, that's too young. Oh, y'all will wait for her to turn 18. Look, she 18. At least she ain't do it a day. Remember Kylie Jenner? Was it Kylie Jenner?
Kylie Jenner.
Literally, at 12 o'clock when she turned 18, she dropped the naked picture. At least, what's it? Bhad Bhabie. She waited a week.
Bhad Bhabie, like, I'm gonna keep him waiting for a week.
Oh, that built anticipation.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's what she was in the news for recently. But then she got in the news a little while ago.
Dr. Phil.
Because she called out Dr. Phil good. Old country racist ass. We're going to look at this video here.
Who was brought in by Oprah, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's who put him
Who
on.
Oprah has ties to Harvey Weinstein.
Yep.
Mhm.
And she faked like she hated him, even though they were best friends. But you look at here. This is what Bhad Bhabie.
Bhad Bhabie.
This was in March when she made this video saying that if Dr. Phil don't respond by April 10th, which I said was a strange day,
Today.
which is today, that she was going to expose him.
Dr. Phil, I am going to give you from now till April 5th to issue an apology.
April 5th.
Not only to me, but to Hannah and any other child that you sent to Turnabout or any other program like this. And if you don't, I'm going to handle things my way. Somewhere in the middle of August, I went on the Dr. Phil show, and my mom and my grandma knew they were sending me here. I didn't know I was going. I went school shopping right before because the school was supposed to start when I got home from LA from doing the show. So part of the whole Dr. Phil show is they send these kids to either Turnabout or these other programs that are also in Utah, but they're all wilderness programs and they're all fucked up. Dr. Phil, I am going to...
Once again, she never said it out loud. Because she asked for him to give her an apology. But she seemed to have insinuated there was things going on at those ranches that if she exposed it would
damage
be
his
very
career.
damaging to him. Now this was he recently went on a talk show with one of these talk shows and he responded to her. And then she made a video in response to his response. And we're going to watch this right quick. See what she had to say. Is this to get publicity for her?
It absolutely is.
You think so?
Because she'll never be big.
You don't think this is genuine?
I don't think it's genuine.
Known because of Dr. Phil.
Exactly.
That's
Doctor, you talking about you giving people nobility for their show, but you're known through Dr. Phil. Without Dr. Phil, you would not be where you're at right now.
Yeah, this part kind of strange. So Dr. Phil's show fake as hell?
We already knew that.
We knew that already.
They all fake as hell.
I remember when he had an episode of that woman who left her husband for an African dude. He was like, in my time, we would have basically implied that he should have shot him. It was like, damn. It was racist as hell.
They would have hung him.
Yeah, the way he sounded, like, yeah.
And then castrated him.
She's not talking about any possible sexual assault. She's talking about sleep deprivation and not feeding them and
tough love. What she
boot
saying,
camp. What she talking about?
That's a boot camp, which is extreme.
Which what they do. I'm not saying it's right, but they do that.
That's extreme. But
military do that.
Tough love is not just telling your kids no because they can't have something. Tough love is letting your kids go through something to experience it.
Yeah.
So when they get out of the situation, they'll know to do better next time.
Hold on.
Well, damn, was y'all in danger or was the staff members in danger?
On, man, that wasn't a good
Get
point.
your fucking ass out of here.
Hold on. Let me say this. I thought she was going to talk about something. She talking about regular boot camps type stuff. Yes, when you go to these camps, they're meant to break you out of your toughness. They're meant to break
you're not
you down.
being held there against your will because your parents, you're underage and your parents have signed for you to be there. You're not an adult.
Listen, I'm not saying that, what was she, 13, 14? I'm not saying that you should be allowed to, not be fed and stop you from sleeping.
Shit.
But that's what happens at those camps. That was a boot camp.
It's meant to break you.
Yes, it's the same thing as what's that TV show? Of the kids going to jail.
Locked up, something.
It's not locked up. It's Scared Straight.
Scared Straight, yeah.
I guess Scared Straight, according to her, would be abusive. And it's not even what it was in the 90s. Scared Straight was crazy.
I told you this. She doing this for attention.
Yeah, this seems, I'm not even going to watch this anymore. This seems like she's more, I was treated poorly in a boot camp. Yeah, that's what happens in a boot camp.
She's arrogant.
You get treated badly. But yeah, that didn't go anywhere.
Got bad skin too.
Ain't she 18? I guess she's going through.
I was 18. I ain't have bad skin. I ain't had no damn bumps on my face.
Look, some people go through it. And they have, bad skin.
Bad skin people. Unattractive, bad skin people.
Oh, man. Speaking of bad, let's go into a little bit. Did I show you this video of P. Diddy and his activism?
We know what P. Diddy activism is.
P. Diddy uploaded this video here. He uploaded a video here.
Strong enough to fight each other and also fight him. We will not fight each other today. We will not fight each other. There will be no fights in the black community among black people. There will just be people who will be off.
You should know who that is.
Is that the Black Panthers leader?
No.
Oh, who's
That's
that?
not. You gotta look him up. So he's trying to get corporations, another one of these celebrities trying to convince corporations to pay them money for black people.
I'm gonna say this. I want to say somebody's name, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Who? You shook.
I ain't shook. I say his name. Did Byron Allen do anything? He had black people rally around him.
When he did, well, hold on. When he first came out, he said what his agenda was.
He said what his agenda was.
He never backed down. He never manipulated. He said what his agenda was. He said,
I
look,
do think he threw the fact that it would be taking away that act. I forget the act.
Listen, he pointed out, look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sue him, and if I lose, there's a chance that we could lose something.
And we lost something.
And he said it like, look, I'm doing this. If we lose, we lose. If I'm doing this, and he lost, but then he settled.
He settled and got something. We get something as a people. Exactly.
Yeah. But he never.
So P. Diddy just threw that random shit up there.
He was trying to convince. He's been on his pro-blackly stuff lately. He was trying to convince people to. He's trying to convince corporations to pay black people more money. Somebody said here when they said stop Asian hate and no one screamed stop all hate. Ever wonder why?
Oh,
that's a good point.
Let's go back to Diddy real quick. Diddy said that he's trying to convince corporations to pay black people more money. Yeah. When Diddy himself, a black-owned person, doesn't even pay his own fucking people. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
It's a good message from a wrong messenger.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
He's known for not paying niggas.
So,
like literally
only pay niggas that whoop your ass if you don't pay them.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to another topic. We've talked about the Asian hate. We've talked about the fake activism. We've talked about Bhad Bhabie's need for attention. At least in the stuff she said. Maybe if I watch the rest of the video,
somebody with some clear skin.
But you think she has some clear skin now? But let's get a little bit into this gender war and the crazy narratives we see. Right. So I'm gonna let you listen to this video. And
somebody with some clear skin. Thank you.
I want you to tell me does she make sense to you, or is she just batshit crazy? All right, just tell me what you think.
Okay, so this is something that I really want to know. So today I was at school and I walked in the little village area, I was just chilling. I was doing my homework. And I sat down to do my homework, and this really fine black man walked past me. Disclaimer, I'm black. But anyway, so he walked past.
Is that strange that she referred to a man she found attractive as he's a black man? Like, shouldn't he, when you say you saw this attractive man, shouldn't we just immediately assume he's black?
I would say no.
No.
In the era that we live in, I'm sorry, you have to identify who is who.
Did she have to tell her she was black? I found that strange.
We live in a era now where you have to say what the race of the person is.
But did she have to say that she was black?
Now the only part I found strange is because we looking at you and we saying you black, but you have a white parent. That could be the thing.
She had to tell her she was black. That was strange.
Black, but anyway,
we can't see it.
So he walked. I'm black, but anyway, so he walked past me and I was like, damn, he's really cute. I'm not gonna talk to him anyway, but.
Now, keep in mind, she said she's not going to talk to this dude. So she saw him, found him attractive, but she's not going to talk to him.
Because most time men approach women, not
that ain't what her reasoning, though. She just said she's not going to talk to him.
Okay.
In my head for a second, I was like, he's really cute. And then I was like, oh, he's tall, he's an athlete, blah, blah, blah. And then, what I said to myself? I said, this black man probably don't even like black girls. He probably doesn't even talk to black women. He probably don't even think twice about black girls at all whatsoever. And this is something that has been happening to me since high school, and I'm so tired of having to wonder whether or not black men even like black girls. It's so disheartening. It's ridiculous at this point.
I have to be, even though
That's
her
crazy.
saying that it affected me. Like, I know this may sound weird for listeners. Her saying that, it kind of gave me chills to know that there's a black woman, and who says,
bullshit.
well, that's your opinion, that says that she thinks that black men don't even find black women
Travis,
attractive. I want to talk to them.
A man walked by her and she came with a preconceived notion about him. She didn't say a word to him.
Because listen, there's two sides to this. Like I've said before, black women, your attitudes, your demeanor, the way you look, it makes black men not want to approach y'all.
He
because
said, "What he look? What you mean?"
Looks, as far as, like, I'm not talking about beauty, dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about just the glare. I keep talking about the glare they give you.
Oh, yeah, the stink look. Why you?
You don't know if he wants you to talk to you, if he playing hard to get. I got to be honest with you. But it's sad to hear whether a black woman say that she views as black men not even being interested in black women at all. And that's not true.
That's my point. That's somebody who allowed media.
Exactly. And like I said, we can't get mad the fact that because of the media portrays it, that's how some black women feel, as if they're not valued or wanted in their own race. We cannot be mad at them for their opinions.
Well, this guy here says she indicted this man having no intentions on speaking to him and proceeded to create this video to elicit sympathy from other weak individuals.
Well, I guess I was weak because I had a little sympathy for her ass.
I hope this young man never meets someone like her because it'll ruin his life. I agree.
Well, I don't agree with that.
I agree. Travis, can you imagine dealing with a person?
She has low self-esteem.
Just listen, that's the point. Can you imagine dealing with a person who the first time you meet her, she assumed you wouldn't like her because she's black.
Dude,
and you're a black man.
As a people,
just wait. As a black man, you talk to a black woman, y'all start kicking it off, and she tell you some point during y'all talking, maybe a week after meeting each other, you calling each other on the phone, you're talking a little bit, and she's like, I didn't think you would like me. I'm a black woman. I don't know black dude. Do you understand how that makes you go, what? Because that's going to leak into other things. You're going to be walking around, watching a movie. She's going to be looking at these other races of women. She's going to be looking at and she's going to be constantly comparing herself because she's black. I don't know, man. I don't think nobody want to deal with that.
But if that's majority if that is how most black women feel, then what do we do?
That's
we
not
just
most.
Walk away?
That ain't most. Near close to most.
Do we just walk away from black women that feel that way, or do we try
Do you hear what I just said? That's not even close to most. Do you know a black wait, do you know a black woman that think that black dudes don't like her?
I honestly have to say no.
You're talking about real life, family and friends. I'm not saying there aren't dudes out here that'll tell a black woman to her face, I don't deal with black women. I'm not saying those goofies don't exist. My point is, why are we painting that as the majority?
It may not be it's the majority. It may not be the majority, but it's what we see on social media platforms, which is not good for a woman anyway. Women naturally have self-esteem problems, and to hear that on social media, why would you not think it wouldn't affect them? I don't get that.
Well, she's in the comments. This is the girl right here who was in the video. She said, "Hi everyone, this is my TikTok video, and this was a real life experience that had been happening to me since middle school." I thought she said high school. It's not low self-esteem, trust me. It's genuinely just that I have gone to school with and encountered so many black men who genuinely don't like black girls. I don't think every black man is like this. I know just as many, if not more, men who aren't. So wait, listen to what she just said. Listen to what she just said, y'all. She said that she's been feeling this way since since middle school, because she changed it. It's not low self-esteem. She's saying she has encountered so many black men who genuinely don't like black girls. Then she turned around and said, I know just as many, if not more, men who aren't. So what is the point of talking about the dudes who don't?
Why can't she express about the ones that don't?
What's the point of talking about the black dude? Why are you talking about the black dudes who don't deal with black women when you know more black dudes who do?
So you shouldn't say anything at all. You should
ignore
just
them. They're goofies. They're the ones you ignore and cast away. Yes. And vice versa. You don't go back and forth with people who don't want to deal with you. You don't castigate them. If they tell you it's preference, say okay and move on about your business. Cast them away. They're no good to you or your community. As a matter of fact, if someone says something like that, you should praise them and tell them, yeah, get the fuck away from our community. Go.
Okay, but the next dude says projecting onto strangers isn't healthy. She needs to work on her self-esteem and entitlement. Okay, self-esteem. Why would he say entitlement?
Because she feels
Entitled to black man?
Yes.
Why would a black man? She is entitled to a black man. That's her race.
No, he's saying that she feels entitled to that dude in particular.
I don't think she felt entitled to him.
But when she prefaced it by saying that she just thought in her head he was attractive, and then she had this whole thing in her head going back and forth on whether or not he even liked black girls.
So that was entitlement
to that dude, possibly.
Did it seem like it was entitlement to you?
I wouldn't say that.
I think entitlement is that's a word that shouldn't have been used. Which you see a lot of people use that to this day.
Yeah.
Feeling entitled to a person of your race.
So you got the gaslighting y'all are doing to black women in the comments is astounding. Even if it's insecurity, could be consequences of her experience. I never heard of a non-black girl say black men reject her because of her race. But so many black girls have experienced that from black men. Wait, what? I never heard a non-black girl say a black man rejected her because of her race. But so many black girls have experienced that from black men. Maybe be mad about that. Wait, is she making the argument that a non-black woman has never said, "Oh, this dude didn't date me because I'm white, or I'm Latino"? You really think she really believe that? She really think that no racial woman has been turned down because of her race by black men?
I can speak for me. I would turn somebody down because my preference is dating black women.
That's my point. She's making it seem like no black man has a preference for black women.
Listen, I can confess. I was in a 5-year relationship with a biracial woman. Her father was black, her mother was white. I live in Seattle. This is what I have to say. If you want to be with a black woman, get the hell out of Washington State and go somewhere where there is black people.
If you want to date a black person, be around black people.
Exactly.
Simple.
That's why it's time to get the hell up out of here. I'm just being honest with you. If you are a black person and you're going to a place where you're surrounded by other people of different races, then it's a possibility that you are probably going to end up dating a person that's not your race because you don't have anybody that's your race surrounded by you. I have to admit to that.
This right here is a woman who responded to her. She said, I don't think y'all know what gaslighting means, and nothing happened to this girl that her own imagination didn't create. That's my point. This is the whole topic about a woman who thought about something in her head. This dude didn't say, I don't want to date you, you black. She came up to her own conclusion in her own head.
Which I would view as low self-esteem.
This somebody said, keep being mad at me instead of questioning why so many black women have this experience and being disgruntled about black men simply because of their race. Discounted by black men simply because of their race. Instead of being defensive, y'all could just acknowledge that with some empathy instead of denying real life experience. I don't get the anger. Huh? I already know why they think like this. They coons who grew up with coons and they assume all black men are coons. Thank you. That's my point. If you're a black girl in Seattle, listen to me. If you're a black woman in Seattle and you say these words, I will not question you at all. If you're a black woman in California, I will not question you at all.
But if your ass is down south, we talking about Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, hell, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina. I seriously doubt you would.
Let me say that I'm not even gonna say if you're from those states, I won't believe you if you say this happened. I'm just gonna tell you, if you're in those areas, you will find a 1 million to 1 that will say, yes, I definitely prefer black or my race of women. You would rarely find a dude who would tell you, I don't want to date you because of your race, because you're black. Let me refrain that. No, they will tell a person of their another race. Now I'm into black women. Now I like sisters. I like my chocolate. I've heard that so many times. Oh man.
Blame your parents for coming into these areas that don't have no black people.
And then you got this girl here. Girl, shut up and sound. You sound stupid. And you're grown ass A's. They don't think like that because they're coons. They think like that because they constantly experience being rejected by black men, only to watch the same black men only date women of other races. Let me send you a list of reasons why black women think like this. Brown and dark-skinned black girls are constantly being turned down because of their skin tone. Please give me this example.
Well, don't they do the same thing to light-skinned dudes?
Like, I don't think light-skinned dudes don't get turned down.
They don't.
No. That's internet talk. When you hear girls talk about that light skin, I want me. That's internet talk. Real life, I don't know too many light skin dudes that have trouble finding. Look, nobody finds trouble getting somebody unless you like really really short or really really overweight
Or ugly.
or really really ugly. You have to be, in order to find nobody, you have to be really really.
You gotta be a 2 or a 1.
You gotta be out. You gotta be outside the box type of physical characteristics.
You gotta be that woman that started the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And hell, she even got somebody.
That's not a good point. She got married.
So
you failed with that one, but you have to be.
if you look like who does she look like?
KRS-One.
KRS-One and a female body.
Yeah.
I hate it for you.
So they went back and forth with this. Now this girl said, she said, man, she reaching. If a nigga fine, he fine. I don't give a damn what he used to do. That ain't got shit to do with me. I can rearrange all that. Gotta learn to have it your way. She's saying she don't care who he used to date. If she want him, she gonna get him. Oh man. But the crazy stuff you see and how toxic this stuff is becoming, it's insane. Like, you see stuff like that all the time and it just makes no sense. Look at this right here. Let me show you this right here. Listen to this. Look at this, y'all. Look, God is a lesbian. The Western take that white men are the founders of patriarchy is funny because African men have been oppressing us for centuries. They didn't need white men white men's expert advice. The patriarchy was just working fine. Now, she's talking about African men. That is not true. Africa has many matriarchal societies. They worship most of their gods are females. African men definitely worship women. That's just a fact. So she's completely wrong about that. That's why you'll notice anybody that's into that comedic stuff.
ISIS.
Yeah, anybody who is into that comedic stuff, they usually go that black woman is God. So that's all throughout Africa.
They whooped Tommy Sotomayor's ass over disrespecting black women. Said that's God. You don't disrespect God.
Listen to this. In Our Woman, Bell Hooks, please, I'm definitely going in the next coming weeks. I got something coming out about her, Crenshaw, and all those intersectionals. Yeah. But Bell Hooks talk about how white slavers, listen to this, learn to abuse black women in so many different ways by watching how black men treat them.
That's a fucking lie. And this bitch had the audacity to tweet this shit out. She need her ass
look, she tweeted it, but Bell Hooks wrote it.
She tweeted it. She should get her ass whooped just for tweeting some bullshit like this.
Listen, man. Bell Hooks.
The insanity.
Bell Hooks. Alice Walker, all them. Now, in that same book that she wrote, Bell Hooks acknowledged that black men were raped. And she gave, throughout her entire book, Bell Hooks, she gave no citations for why she wrote the stuff she wrote. That's why when you run into these intersectionals, these feminists, they always bring up Alice Walker. They bring up Crenshaw. They bring up Bell Hooks. They bring up Sojourner Truth. They'll bring these women up because their ideology is that the black woman's oppressor is black men. Their ideology is that black woman is its own demographic and race. Their beliefs are that they are more woman than black.
Which
they
is
are
stupid.
When I do my documentary on this, I'll prove the intersectionality is no different from any form of assimilation. It's all about assimilating into the majority society. That's all it's about. They understand that a lot of the stuff that goes on wouldn't go on if they had to listen to the men of their race. They have no respect. And this is not all. I'm talking about this segment. They have no respect. They have no willingness to go back to the old way of being a patriarchal community, because our community is completely matriarchal for the last, 60, 70 years. They do not want to go back to a patriarchal society, a patriarchal community. They lack so much respect, and they have been completely hardened and told a lie that they've ran with, like I said, for 60, 70 years. But it'll come back and hit them in the face.
Oh, it's going to come back and hit them.
And when it hit them, it's going to hurt.
It's going to literally hit them because 2/3 got to go. And black women, y'all the majority of the population. 2/3 got to go.
The majority of the population, they're the majority. But yeah, man. So that's that. You had race wars, gender wars, wars, and rumors of wars.
Hold on. The Joe Budden podcast.
Oh,
We wanted to talk about that.
Joe Budden podcast has gotten better.
Way better.
Look, I'm subscribed to Joe Budden because I'm one of those weird people, like a lot of y'all, who subscribe and don't watch the videos. I'm one of those people too.
If I subscribe to you, I'm gonna watch you. I just don't subscribe to you to subscribe to you. I watch you if I subscribe to you.
But I subscribe to Joe Budden, and I'm beyond. I don't watch him as often. I just don't.
But the last 2-3 weeks, they've been hitting.
Like I still haven't watched the whole episode, but I definitely clicked on it more, and it's definitely kept my attention more. That's definitely been a thing that's happened, and it's like, look, man, I think, look, whatever's going on with
Rory and Mal,
they might not be able to make it back. I've already seen people flat out say, "Don't bring Mal back."
Don't bring Rory ass back either.
I haven't seen that too often, but I've definitely seen people say, "Don't bring Mal back," and it's like, damn. Now we've heard rumors. Obviously, I don't know if it's for money. I don't know if it's behind the scenes beef. We heard that he was going to therapy with Rory, I think.
Who's going to therapy with Rory?
Joe Budden. I've heard that rumor. I haven't actually looked this up.
Them niggas in therapy?
They friends and they trying to work out some stuff that's happening behind the scenes. But my point is, as far as the show,
that's weird.
I think that this is what I think the best thing that happened with Joe Budden that he could do right now. The female shows are they're not
good. Just say it. They're not good.
They're not made for us.
Okay.
So we can't say they're not good. They're not made for us. We're not nearly close to the demographic. But the numbers on that show are probably okay-ish.
They're not okay.
For a podcast just getting started. Remember, his audience is not meant to be the audience that listen to that show. So I'm not going to say their viewership is based off of that. Just because they're on a channel with a lot of subscribers, it's not meant for those subscribers. It's meant to build its own base inside of that.
Yeah.
So we'll say give it a few more months and see where it's at. But the best thing he could do right now is to give Rory and Mal their own show on his platform.
They could do a show together.
That's what I'm saying. Rory and Mal get their own show, the Rory and Mal show.
I mean, they could still come on his podcast from time to time and do. But I think he should keep the people he got on there. Saying.
If he could do a what they call it, do a turntable type situation where you have a other show called, it ain't gotta be Rory and Mal show, call it the something something podcast, and every week or whenever you feel, you rotate Rory and Mal for these other guys.
Yeah.
So maybe this day, maybe 3-4 days this, and then this, one episode this, and you just kind of rotate it in between.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that the Black Parks dude, that's face is not on there.
I think his name was Iman.
He definitely could have his own podcast.
So yeah, he has. I like the fact that he has strong opinions, very strong opinions.
The difference is Mal couldn't talk about Rockaware or Jay-Z, or you can't talk about certain people in the industry because you're connected to them. These other people that's coming on there, they don't care.
They called Cassidy trash. He said he was trash. By the way, Cassidy won 2-1, but they called him trash. I don't think you catch between people. That's why even Joe Budden kind of cleaned it up. I like
because
Cassidy.
he's in the business.
I like Cassidy. I love
And Joe
Cassidy.
Budden has been called out about talking shit about rappers. So he's like, let me go in and clean this up so they not think I'm just sitting here letting rappers get trashed.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, I do think the show is better now. Maybe it's just as a person who something is new. Maybe I'm one of those people that like when stuff get refreshed. You know?
It's definitely refreshing to have opinions who are not immersed into the industry, so they can speak out like me and you would, versus a Roy or Mal who's always going to try to be politically correct.
Yeah, with some people, because they were not politically correct with Tory Lanez. They definitely was more than willing to go in on him, call him a clown.
Well, who you think was told them to do that? Hove, Jigga. Meg is signed to them, so they told him, "Don't you fucking dare play Tory Lanez album."
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be for the people. You're not supposed to be for the big corporations and artists. You're supposed to be, talking about music on your podcast.
I don't know. At the end of the day, it's about making money. That's number one. And the Joe Budden podcast.
Well, we know where money gets you.
They want the money. So, why do they? Because he did pass up on some money. Because he want ownership and rights.
So that goes back. That dismisses what you said about making money.
Yeah, but I like Joe though. Joe's one of those personalities that was better post rap career than it was during his rap career.
His
personality works out well for him.
He was ahead of the curve.
He definitely was doing this shit 10, 11 years ago, 13
Before
years
all
ago.
this started. He knew where it was going.
He was already doing the vlogs and all that stuff long before it was popular amongst celebrities in the chat rooms.
Could he be considered the king of podcasts?
I won't say
even though he may not have the numbers like a Joe Rogan or somebody else.
I won't say he's the first to get on podcast, because Joe Rogan got on podcasting early too.
Yeah,
he definitely was on it around that same time. You can make an argument that Howard Stern, even though he's a radio show, it was more like a podcast.
It was,
So this kind of thing probably already existed.
But when it came to YouTube, he definitely was.
He was on the vlogging side. He definitely was ahead of the curve. Yeah. So shout out to Joe Budden.
Shout out to Joe.
So yeah, it's a lot of. It's been some explosive YouTube channels the last couple months. Obviously, the number one channel that's grown in the last 4 months has been Kevin
man is Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels, good lord,
he got a lot of
it's insane
haters. Jesus.
Forget the haters. The man had. You understand? He gained like 400,000 subscribers in like a month. I mean, sorry, like 2-3 months.
Instead of coming at one another and attacking one another, why can't y'all just come together and try to build off one another?
Let's just say the name.
Oh, Black Authority?
What is going on? Him, Tommy Sotomayor came out and said he getting copied by him. It's like, look, man. Tommy.
One thing I will say about Tommy is at least Tommy show his face.
Yeah.
Black Authority, you probably could get more views if you show your face. And I know we don't show our face right now
Let me
either.
say this. Yeah, we don't show our face either because we're not a platform.
Yeah.
But listen. Listen, man. The reason why Kevin Samuels grew so fast wasn't just because of the viral video. Because he had 100,000 subscribers before that video, if I'm not mistaken, or 90,000, whatever. The reason why his channel grew so fast is he looks the way he talked. When I said it, I mean he talked that big shit, and he got the camera is super HD. It looks classy. It looks high definition. He looks the way he talking.
He presents himself the way that he tells everybody else to present themselves.
Now, regardless of what he do off the camera, they ain't none of our business. It's
Black Authority. We don't know how you look. And you be talking shit about people, how they look. You call somebody a turtle.
Yeah, shout out to Tone.
You call Tone a fucking turtle.
Let me take him off the screen. Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to have a comeback for you if I don't even know how you look. I mean, how am I supposed to address this?
Yeah, it's like I remember when he first got into the back and forth, I guess you call it, with Tone. All Tone asked him to do. Let's do a face call. I just want to I need to know who I'm talking to. This is like basic stuff. I'm not going to talk to a complete stranger over the phone because you say you is who you is. I want to see your face. I'm not going to expose your face to the internet.
Black Authority won't give him that ammo.
I guess he said, I ain't giving you the chance. Now, let me say this. Both sides got a reason. Black Authority said, I'm not going to do that because you might record my damn face and put it out when we got a beef.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Tone want to see your face so he know he talking to, because you might be recording this call and have me say, and we going back, and now you try to use that to expose me.
So the mutual thing to do was just get on the. Just have a FaceTime.
Yeah. You have to find some way to make each other vulnerable.
And you got his subscribers. Oh, he can't show his face because people out. Fuck it. Everybody else showing their face. You got to show your face too.
Okay, what's the difference between him and Tariq?
There's no
show his
there's
face.
no difference. Tariq don't give a fuck.
Tommy Sotomayor says way more crazy stuff. He's
Hood
been showing
boogers.
his face for 10 years.
Hood boogers. What do he call black women?
I don't know what he called.
Oh yeah, fucking Dr.Phil. Y'all let Phil advisor slide with a lot of shit.
He had one of those channels too. He definitely had a Tommy Sotomayor channel.
He called black women hyenas.
He had the same type of channel as Tommy Sotomayor.
But he deleted that shit.
He went against black women and black
men.
And he deleted that channel after that.
After his wife came out was Native American. Then he had the Hebrew Israelites come on there and defend that shit.
Yeah.
Talking about Native Americans are the tribe of Gad to cover that bullshit.
Let me tell you something.
That's some bullshit.
If he don't actually believe in that and him to bring them on to defend him, that was so low.
That was a fraud. And then you had a black woman come out in a video and defend him.
But he deleted the video.
He deleted the video
because he knew it looked crazy. But he changed the channel to African Diaspora channel now.
We know why he changed to African Diaspora.
African Diaspora News. Shout out to Phil Advice.
He had to go globally black.
But yeah, I just find it strange how you got all these big channels and it's like they have a disagreement with each other, and they just have to attack each other.
You're better when you unite than when you go against one another.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to constantly call people weak and attack people. And look, I agree. I think Kevin Samuel, he has connections.
He definitely has connections. I've said the
we
nigga is boule.
We know he's part of sororities. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's part of the boule. We know he's part of sororities.
But that sometimes, like you said, you gotta eat the meat and
take the meat, leave the bones.
What he's saying right now is needed in the black community.
Some of the
stuff is needed.
Some of the stuff he say ain't meant for the black community. It's meant for, like he say, a certain caliber of man. But some of that stuff ain't really meant for the black community.
Like when he started talking about a size 3 and 2.
Like, I'm not saying that
if that's what you naturally built like, that's fine. But some women are natural 5s and 6,
6,
7s and 8s that look good. Now when we start getting that damn 9, 10, 24, 32, I totally agree with him on that. But an 8 to a damn 4, that's a good size.
Yeah. So hopefully at some point,
some 10s.
Yeah. Some 10s. It
some
depends.
10s.
See, it's all about the shape.
Your proportion, how you build.
Yeah, where's the shape?
How are you stacked?
But yeah, hopefully at some point they get past their disagreements. I don't think they will, because they too petty. Niggas petty. Niggas is way too petty. They'll go against each other for years.
Pettiest nigga of all time. 50 Cent.
Nah, 50 ain't petty. 50 something different. 50 borderline haterish. There's a difference between a petty person and a hater.
Never responded to Chelsea Handler though.
That was the weakest thing I ever seen. Mr. 50 Cent, the biggest troll, didn't troll.
No, he a fucking bully. That's what he is.
You did go. She said I called him and told him he better change his mind or he ain't gonna get no more of this. And he actually came out and it's like,
Jewish.
Nigga, what's wrong with you?
Jewish.
Ish.
You don't fuck with them Jews.
So yeah, maybe she got connections. He trying to get part of. He is in the industry. He trying to be a movie person now. So TV shows.
We don't get it. 50. We want that versus with Ja.
He ain't gonna do it.
Ja gonna wash you, by the way.
He ain't gonna do it. A lot of people got narratives in their head of what's gonna happen, and when that music start playing, it's gonna be like, oh, that's why you were beefing with Ja Rule.
Oh, I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one.
Oh, that's why you started sounding like that. Oh, that's why your sound sounded like his. Okay. That's why you remade his song, the same damn plot, video, everything. Oh, you trying to copy that?
Oh, you mean Put It On Me and that song with Nate Dogg, 24 questions?
Same damn song. But anyway.
Song. One was better though.
Yeah.
Put It On Me.
Classic.
What
would I be? Anyway.
That's 106 Park Gold.
Yep. Gold standard. But anyway, man, that's gonna be episode 4. If you watch the video, hopefully you made it to the end here.
Them niggas ain't making it to the
It
end.
don't matter. We building. We're growing. The journey is long, but it's just a hobby right now. We're not taking it too serious. But anyway, man, hopefully you watch the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We try to do a video, at least 4 to 5 videos a week. And we'll probably release these type of videos like once every 2 weeks or so. But anyway,
Probably once a month.
Once a month.
Once a damn month.
At least for now. For now, at least. Once a month would be good. But anyway, man, all praise to the Most High and peace to you.